Welcome back, guys. Today we will talk about Azure Data Factory. So new series. So I am here today. We will start with Azure Data Factory. There, let's understand what we are going to cover in this session. So probably the use case is like we want to upload on-prem CSV file to Azure Data Lake, okay, or Azure storage in simplified way. So you can see here. Uh, Here we have this is my laptop, for example, on-prem my machine. Then we will have considered this is the boundary here. Okay, this is our firewall, and we want to push our data to the cloud. Okay, now for that, what things required? So first of all, you need to create your Azure subscription that is free for 30k around in INR. So you can go and register there with your Gmail account or Hotmail account, whatever account you have, you can do it. Okay, now then what we need to do is we need to create a storage account. Okay, we need to create a storage account, we need some other resource group things. Okay, so that we will see what we need to do that. Ultimately you need one storage container. There we will land our file. Okay, and so this is the first part on cloud, what we need to do. Okay, that is the first part. Second part, we need to configure our on-prem system. So you can consider like in within your network you have multiple machines. There you need on a one machine you need a IR. So that is IR is nothing but an integration runtime that helps to communicate with your on-prem data sources to the cloud. Okay, so this is very critical aspect when you are communicating with your on-prem. So this is the second step that we will configure our integration runtime. Now the third step will be the Azure Data Factory, that is nothing but ADF. So ADF will be somewhere here. Let's consider this is a ADF. Okay, so now what will happen is ADF will ultimately use your IR, okay, and push your data to your storage. That's what ADF is going to do. So for that we need some link services, configurations, IR. So self-hosted IR we are going to use. So let's jump into the actual things. Let's start with that. Okay, so yeah, so there are a lot of things I have already done, but I will show you again in that case. So let's start with the Azure first. Let's go to the home. Let's now the prerequisite is you are going to create Azure portal, because that's required your account, and also once you have ready you will land on this page. Okay, this is your home page. Now don't bother about these things right now. Okay, so the first thing is you will start with resource group. This is your first step. Okay, just click on that. Now I have, you can find this, I have already created the resource group. So how to create that? So just go to create. Let's wait. Now once you have your free trial, you will select the free trial here, and then you will give a unique name for your resource group. So for example, I have two here, so POC so it's like a POC for ETL. So I'm doing that. You can create another one if you need. VJ data ETL, for example. This is my resource group US East, or you can use another one, whatever. I'm going with this default one, and then say tags if needed. No, I don't need any tag, and it's look validate pass create, so I will say simply create. Right, so this is your resource group is done. Okay, So these both are same, only the region I have changed. So I will stick to the older one. Now here, once we have your resource group, okay, so what is the next step? So the next step is, let's go back here on your screen. You will create your storage account. So I have created like a VJ data lake here. Similar way you can just go and create a new one. So it is a straightforward process. Now in the basics you will select your free trial subscription, then you will go to your resource group. Now you can find like our new resource group is there, but I will stick to this one for now because I have already tested that. Storage account name, you will give a unique storage account name, and then you will select your VJ data lake 1 for example, lowercase. So be careful here, there is a message. So VJ data lake 1 for example, and this is in East region standard. This is the same one, redundant, but you can go to local redundant also fine. I will go with geo for this particular one. And there is advanced options. I'm not bothered about these all options. I will go and just go to review and create. It will just validating now. Okay, and everything is fine. Let's just create. So I have two storage account now under the POC ETL. So you can see that POC ETL is a resource group that is important because it's you have, if you create another one, you have to be careful while you are using or you are creating your storage. So it is object is created, now it is deploying on Azure. You can find the IDs here, but the name is VJDL. Okay, so this is what it's created, resource group. Now you can go to the resource group. So this is created, okay, and you can have the next step is you need under this you need a container. So just go there and you will have a default container. Create a new container here. So let's say we changed it. Okay, so I will say VJ data container, VJDC is there, private, okay, fine, let's say create, and my container is ready, okay, for use. These are other options that we will try to cover in upcoming videos. This is the first video where we just focus on, you know, on-prem to load on the data lake. Once you have your container ready, you can just test it. Let's test with upload option here. There you can select your on-prem, let's say sample superstore file, that is CSV file, comma separated, and it's having you will find it's having header information and then data and semicolon, sorry, it's a comma separated value. Okay, so let's say open, and it's saying you want to override if the same name exists or no. I'm not checking anything, just simply uploading. So now it is uploading. So this is a straightforward way to do it manually. Okay, so I just did it, and you will find this file is ready here. And once you click, so it show blob, it's a kind of text blob, okay, and the other information. Okay, so yeah, we are done here. So our storage is ready, and now next step is to, let's before we go further, let's copy this URL, storage URL, uh, in case if it needed. We'll check it later whether it's needed or not. So this is my we can say URL here, size, then access policy, shared access token. Okay, let's say generate SaaS token. Okay, so it's a URL here, and then we have a token here. Just copy and keep handy, and just remember what you have. So SaaS URL, SaaS token, and storage access policy none, permissions read. Okay, like I would say read, add, create, all this. I keep this one. Key one is there, none. 5 these things. HTTPS only, and yeah. Okay, because I have changed it, so I am going to regenerate the token and copy it again. Copying the URL again. Be very cautious while doing this one. It can cause you issues. Okay, so we have shared access token. So this is going to help us to access our VGDC container again. Let's say what is other things, access control, view my access, add role grant. Okay, I don't care for now. Okay, fine, we will check it later. And overview, this is what we have. Okay, so let's assume this is ready now. Okay, so our container is done. Okay, so I have 2 containers now, you can see that. So but this is what I have created for you guys, so we'll go with that. Next one, let's go back to our, yeah, so this is done, storage is done. Okay, now we'll check with on-prem. We already have a file now, IR. So for integration runtime, what you need to do is, let's go to Azure Data Factory. Okay, just click here. If you don't have Azure Data Factory objects, then just click on create and just follow. Okay, so you just provide a name, which container, sorry, yeah, the resource group. You have to select a resource group, which resource group you want to associate this ADF. So previously I have this POEC, and that's what I'm going to use one, and it's straightforward. If you have any issue, just write down in the comment. So this panel is easy, there is no complications here. Okay, so I'm skipping this one. I am going to use as it is, the existing one. So let's go back to the home page, and my ADF is here now. So the next step is here you will have this other information. Forget about this. Let's go to the click on open Azure Data Factory. It will land you to the studio here. Okay, okay, fine. So let's click it here, so it will clear. So basically this, from Azure to Azure Data Factory, you will redirect it, and this is a whole new entire UI where this is your play area actually for Azure Data Factory. So here you will do your ingestion of orchestration, transforming, configuring, a lot of things you will do. Now understand this, can consider like your middle area is canvas. Here you will home, this is your home screen. Then you will have author, means you are going to prepare your data set, pipeline, and all things here in your author. Then you have monitor. Monitor is something, once you create something, you will monitor here. And manage is something you will create some managed services and configure them. Okay, so link service and integration runtime. Okay, so let's focus on integration runtime. So I have already configured one, but I will show you how to do that. Okay, so for that you have to click here new. Now these two options you will get. We are focused on the self-hosted Azure on-prem, so just click on that, say continue. Again, okay, we need this one, say we need a self-hosted one because it's give me on-prem data and all supports. So click that one. Now provide some proper name here, integration runtime. Okay, let's say VJIR1. Okay, and it is self-hosted, and say create. Now so it is successfully created, and now important thing is here now. Okay, so first option you can click here and download some file, or second option is you will click here and it will start downloading. It will redirect you to the installer. So now you just click on download, select this and down. I have already downloaded, so I'm not going to do it again. It's 1 GB. So once you are done, just start setup, okay, of this one. Okay, once you are ready with the setup, let me show you here. Okay, so yeah, here we have already opened. So in this step you will find this, like you will find this document. You'll say we'll create a self-hosted one, and then we'll download. There are some keys we need to use, but once you download, okay, install, once the installation is done, it will pop up this window. Well, it will ask you to register the runtime. Now here you have to paste the keys from this, okay, any one key. So copy the one key from here and paste it here and click on register. So once that is done, it will give you this message, okay, runtime has been successfully registered. That's it. So you're done there. So once that is done, it will ask you for launch. Just click on launch and you will have this screen where you will have setting, this update and all these things. So it shows. So next one is a linked service, where you need to create one new link service for files, flat file system. Click there, continue. Okay, so here now this is important. So here you need to select your self-hosted VR. Next one is you need your shared location. So let's have this shared location, and okay, be careful while you are doing your configuration. So this is nothing but a one folder I have created. I will share with you guys. I created this folder. I just go to properties and click on sharing, okay, and I added everyone for now, and then uh, you will find this path. Just copy that path, okay, and paste it here. Okay, so don't forget, you have to copy this path. Once you have this path, now you will use your username of your this system and password. So basically you can check out here, or any account, whatever, you can provide that access, or you can create another one. Now this is, once this is done, you will click on test. So while testing, it will use your self-hosted IR, and okay, it is successfully done. So you can just click on create. Yep, you can see it's 2 a.m. right now. So I'm taking some time for you guys. Okay, so once this is done, you will find this here, okay, the new one. I'm not going to use that, but okay, cancel. Okay, so now once you have this ready, okay, uh, let's just verify what we have done. So we have created a self-hosted IR, then we created a link service. Now let's go back to our PPT. So we done this, we done this. Okay, now we are in ADF, and we have we created IR. We have created self-hosted IR. Then we have created a link services for file system. Okay, so these two things are also done. Let's now focus on next step. Okay, here this is what we have done. Okay, so next step is now your ETL pipeline. So go back to your author, uh, click here, say new pipeline, and then take a copy data here. Okay, now before we do anything, I would like to open in this video. Let me quickly check this one. Sorry, yes. So I have POC, we have file, upload, advance, blob type, upload to a folder. Okay, let's see. Open profile to, let's say I want cells folder. See upload. Yeah, okay, so this is the way it is creating the folder, guys. So you have to write down here you want to upload to the folder, and yeah, the file. So I have, let's go with this VJPOC. Okay, so this another container, it's the same one, the only thing is the name is different. So now I want access policy here and shared access tokens. So I need to have these all permissions, and then I will say allow IP and generate SAS token. Okay, so these are two tokens I would like to use. Copy this to our location. So this first one is a token, and second one is a URL. And here I also need properties. This copy this URL. Okay, so yeah, we are done for now, and this is the overview. Okay, so now you can see this file, all the files I'm going to delete. Say okay, and go back to the folder. Where's that? Here. I'm going to delete this one also. Okay, so right now there is no folder. I think it's by mistake I have deleted. That's okay, that is fine. Let's keep this one. Okay, I don't have any folder, or I don't have anything here. So our goal is to upload a file to this container, straightforward. There is no folder or nothing. So, and right now there is no files. Let's go back to our factory, data factory. Now we have this copy data, okay, component, and let's go to the source. Now we need to configure this source first. So there is nothing, so we will create your source is your file system. So and it's a delimited file. Continue. Now you, let's say, source CSV, and I have created one, so I will use that one. Okay. Now here I will choose a file. Let's go to the specified file, and it will give you the file under that folder. So one file we have, select that. So this is what the path is we have now, and if you want to select some import schema, you can import it, or you can do it later. So this is my source CSV. Okay, so, and yeah, so once you have this ready, okay, be careful, like we are selecting integration runtime, it's your self-hosted one. Then your path, make sure you have file, okay, in this location, and first row, yeah, first row is header. Okay, let's say okay. Now once this is done, I will show you again that we don't have anything in our container, and our target container is VGPOC. Okay, and our goal is to load a file now through the EDF. So okay, so our first task is done. So we have our, we don't need other information, preview wildcard character, preview data, you can do it if it is needed. So yeah, this is what we can see our data now. Okay, this is how these are the header, then information data. Okay, so it is fine. Now we need a sync, so where we, so it's like a input and output. So output will be a new file, and output destination is our Azure Blob storage. So be careful by selecting this one, and again it's the same format. So we'll say tst underscore csv, and new, we have to create one. So let's say Azure Blob storage integration runtime. Okay, so now we have SAS URI, we have copied, so we going to use that one. So SAS URI we have copied for that container VGPOC. So first copy this URL, and that is your SAS URL exactly. Then you will have another one, you don't need to use this, and you have a key, that is your token. Linked service to file path test connection. Okay, link service. Now click on test. Oh great, connection is successful. Nice. So we are ready now. You can change the name if you want. I am not going to change anything here. And let's say create. So okay, once just review this, your name is then we will have our container, sorry, runtime. Then we will select a SAS URI, and then we select your SAS URI URL of your this information from here, properties URL. Okay, and then your SAS token. So your SAS token is from your shared access tokens that you will generate it, okay, while creating on this, and it is already there, so I don't need to regenerate. And now my connection is successful, so I will click on create. Okay, so it is successfully created. We are good. Now in the container, what should be the location and all? So okay, so for sync, let's say you are creating a new one. Azure Blob storage. Continue this. Continue. Let's keep this as it is, and you will select your Azure Blob storage here. And here you will just give some file name, for example cells.csv. Okay, and nothing. I don't want to configure anything here right now. This is what your cells.csv. This is a path. It's already configured here, and just simply say OK. So this is done. Now you have this one. So similar way I have created destination, so that's what I'm going to use it. Now there, what we need to check is, if you come down, mapping, syncs, open, click on open and see it. So your column delimiter, you can check it properly, and there won't be any data right now because there is no edit. So this rest of the things are fine, and schema and all. So import schema, you can do it. A sample file we will do. Open. So it will prepare a schema here for this file. So basically dest underscore CSV is your destination. So 13 columns it is created, and we are ready with the schema. Okay, yeah, we are good so far. Now once you have these things ready, and then you will have mapping. So let's say import schema. Yeah, so this is also done. We're good here. Settings, we don't need to do anything here. Okay, we are okay. So basically we just need to add our container name here. Okay, and just test connection, and it is successful. So this should be a new file then. Okay, so let's, I'm not going to configure anything for now, so I will just go with the flow and publish. So it's now you can see publish all is there. So it will publish a pipeline and these two schemas or data segments. So I just click on publish. Okay, so this is done. Now I'm closing this one. Publishing is done. So now I will go and, okay, first of all I will show you here. Do we have anything here? No blob found, nothing is there. Okay, so let's go and debug. So now it is actually executing, and you will find here copying data queued. Say refresh. It will take a while. In progress now. Succeed. Okay, now it's showing me some details. So from on-prem file to Azure Blob. Okay, now let's close this, go back to our POC and refresh. Boom, we have the file. Okay, yes, so we got the file now. So this is how we have created a first data pipeline in Azure Data Factory to load on-prem CSV file to data lake. So now just go in the summary what we have achieved here. We configured the Azure data storage, ADF, then self-hosted IR, link service, source and destination here itself. source is your on-prem file system, and destination is your storage. That is we configured. Then we configured integration runtime in your machine we have installed, and we applied the keys from Azure on the integration runtime and successfully connected the IR. And finally we prepared the data pipeline and source and string, that is your destination, and publish that. And finally we debug, in short we can say run, and we extract the file from on-prem and load into the cloud storage. So this is it for this video. I hope you like this video.